Most people don't fail investing into property because they buy the actual wrong property itself. In this video, I'm actually going to show you how to actually start to invest into property right now in 2026. I'm not going to really talk about suburbs. I'm not going to be talking about properties. I'm not going to be worrying about what everyone else is doing. This video is going to make absolute complete sense if you want direction, clarity. Most people actually start in the wrong place. That's the biggest thing that we see right now is people go and say, I'm going to look at properties, I'm going to look at headlines, social media, what everyone else is doing. You get this information from a mate or family relatives at a barbecue, which is the worst way ever. What you need to do is flip it around, start looking at yourself, start writing goals in this situation, write it all down. The number one property investors started like this way. And so I'm just used everything that they've done in their stuff to build a huge portfolio, like $35 million worth of that. I'm actually used all that information and just give it to the everyday person to show you that you can actually do this yourself easier than you actually think. It just needs to be broken down in a way you can understand. So number one, get a pen and paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to write your long-term goal. It is going to be your 15-year plus goal. Down with your partner, write down what is it going to be? Is it going to be passing a legacy onto your kid? Is it to sell it in 10 years to get good capital gain and to leverage your retirement? What is it that you actually want to try to do? Sit down and actually just think, what do I actually want to do? And this is not about picking a good strategy that you want to get down. Just focus on this one question, write that question down, your long-term goal, and don't rush this, please. And biggest tip I can give you right now, please do not share this with everyone else. Just keep it to yourself, because if you share it with anyone else, they're going to give you advice, even if you want it or not. That's what people do. It's not going to help your situation at all. It's actually going to make it really worse. Your second question you got to write down is your short-term goal. And so what you want to try to do, you want to try reverse engineer. If you're saying my long-term goal is I want to hold property for long as possible, 20, 30 years, sell it all off for retirement. Your short-term goal from that, I'm going to give you a bit of inspiration, is you want your first property to be a high capital growth investment property, because you want to probably buy 2 or 3 properties within that 5-year short-term plan. And then you can move into your second and third, and we'll just start compounding, because your long-term goal is to build X, Y, and Z. You need to know how much money you want to actually have and how much cash flow you kind of want to try to achieve. You need to understand all that as well in your long-term goal. And then this will help your short-term goal. Although you don't rush it, refine it, can take a little bit to actually go over it. But when you go over it more, it makes sense that you go, okay, I need to retire on $4 million worth. It does sound very complex, but you need to know numbers. You need to know how much. So you'll get all that information, you'll start refining it, and then take that to a financial planner, an accountant, or you can take show to a mortgage broker, which is fine. Your first time investing in a property, you need to go speak to a financial planner or an accountant, or both, please, because you can share your goals and your plan with them, and they'll actually help you refine the goal. And then they'll actually show you to say, this is the direction you need to go to facilitate it. You need a accountant to tell you how to legally structure everything. Financial planner can help you also diversify, not just put your money into property. They can help you diversify into shares. And so you can actually hit your retirement goal and what you actually want to try to achieve. And then take all the information you got from all the professionals, sit down with your mortgage broker. I prefer to use mortgage brokers because they're not defined to one product. They're there to work for you to get the best results. So if you said, this is what I want to do, this is everything, this is how we have to structure everything, and they'll actually make their life so much easier. And then when they crunch down the numbers, they're really just focusing on your, obviously, your income, your expenses and all that. But they actually know that the bigger picture, this is what we have to do. So they can straight away say, these banks are out, these are in. That's why mortgage brokers are hands down prefer them. But then for the broker, sit down with them and understand your position, how much you're going to lend. And if you need to improve in certain areas, improve in them areas first before you move forwards. And they can be very open and transparent with you. They can tell you, hey, you need to get rid of this credit card before you even start doing anything, because there's no point trying to invest in the property where you got a credit card that's killing your brain power. And then when you start working with all these professionals, you actually understand what are you actually building. And that's the biggest thing we see most people. They don't know because they haven't done these steps, and they don't know what they're building. They're literally clueless, running around like a headless chook. You don't have confidence. You don't have the clarity. So you run around and you start stressing, and then you probably won't do it. That's what we see a lot, because they don't understand what they're actually building. So doing everything what we've just discussed in that order, you'll be able to have that confidence, have the clarity, move forwards, start building something great. Like, you're doing this for you, not anyone else. So for us, we don't really discuss too much around other people, what we're trying to build, because it's not their business. And even friends, I invest in property as well. I don't just purely discuss a lot of our situation, because that's not who I am. I like to keep things just internal with my partner, because it's our journey, someone else's, right? And this is why starting with the property is risky, because you run around clueless. And this is why I see a whole lot of mum and dads, or a lot of people who haven't permanent place of residence, and they don't know what to do, and they just feel like nothing's a good idea. They just don't feel like it's right. And this is the biggest thing, because they don't have the confidence. Where we actually see people fail is not because the property doesn't work. It's because of everything we've discussed. It's because they're not in line with what they're trying to build, and they have no idea what they're trying to build without the correct information based on this scenario. And this is why people fail in property, because they buy a property that is worse for them than it is without it. And they're like, well, I didn't realize I was doing this, and I thought property was going to do this for me, but not every property is suited for everyone. Not every suburb and not every state at time in the growth cycle is going to be the right time for everyone. That's where you got to work out. Not every situation and every property is going to be perfect for everyone. That's why you got to figure all this out. And then properties last, because when you start figuring everything out, it will direct you into the state, it will direct you into the local areas, and then it will direct you into the right property. And it's actually very sad to see that there's only extremely low amount of people. I think it was like less than 5%. The amount of people who have multiple investment properties is actually very slim. I think it's 0.3% actually own 5 properties or more in Australia. But it's actually crazy to know that there's actually not many property investors in Australia. Even though what you see on the news and what you hear and everything like that, there's actually less property investors in Australia than there actually is. That's why we don't listen to these. At this time in the video, you're probably just thinking, is there a faster way other than just sitting down and writing everything out? For you, yes, I have built a property readiness tool that will fast track everything. It will not only show you where you are now, it will show you what your next steps look like and how to actually do it. It will physically give you things to go off and go do, and then you'll progress. So each time, if you had to go through the property readiness tool again, each time your results are going to be different. Changing 1 or 2 things, you'll be amazed of how fast you can actually go. But this is why people in Australia move faster by investment properties and people who move slow and it doesn't work out for them, which is more of that than actually people moving with confidence. And so it's your fast rate. It takes less than 3 minutes. So it doesn't take much time at all to email you straight up your results. Free tool, like it's 100% free, because too many people failing, too many people going on Reddit and social media and blasting all this stuff out. And there's not enough people actually gaining the confidence and going the right way about it. There's less and less people as of 2026. So that's my whole goal. This is why everything is free, because it is information that you deserve. And if you're really interested on how we actually do this and facilitate our full process, there is a video link at the top here, and I'll explain to you exactly our proven method that we use to guarantee results.